London getting the Olympics wasn't exactly a great shock to me. Of course, London partied very hard and was still partying the following morning when, of course, we had the London bombings. And this really set the scene for everything that has unfolded and is continuing to unfold as we speak. I had felt for some time that London was going to be the focus of a number of events around about this particular period of time. Let's not ignore completely the Mayan calendar. 2012 was always going to be a significant year. The symbolism associated with the London Olympics is not random. The London Olympics logo is certainly very interesting. I really didn't know what I was necessarily looking to find. And then it jumped out at me. I mean, it was a case of, oh my God. That's when, for me, it became the Zion Olympics. The London 2012 Olympics are going to be the most heavily securitized event in history. Anti-aircraft missiles will be located on an apartment block in East London. There's going to be a device installed on a barge on the Thames which has the capacity to disable crowds of people through sonic waves. And of course all this is on top of a helicopter carrier in the Thames. 49,000 military personnel will be mingling with the athletes and with spectators at the Olympic events. There's going to be an 11-mile perimeter around the Olympic area in London, and literally the whole area could be sealed off in a heartbeat, and then effectively it becomes a concentration camp. What's going on right now, literally, is a game of global monopoly. And the London Olympics are a very, very important part of this. This is a document that came into the public domain in 1967. One of the observations and comments they make in this report is that if there was the threat of an alien invasion, it would very quickly draw all the nation states together under the guise of a global government. On the basis that you can't rely on the extraterrestrials to turn up on cue, you'd have to stage it. It's my opinion that the London Olympics are going to be used to stage an event of such enormity. It will give them the springboard to introduce their one world government. This is a point of humanity's evolution which is absolutely crucial.
We all know why we're here. We don't want missiles in residential areas. We do not want the militarisation of our communities.
We're seeing the biggest mobilisation of troops in the UK since the end of World War II. None of this is normal, and I think what is normal is to come out like people did today and say, no, you're bloody not. My name is Brian Whelan. I'm a journalist currently living in Bow Quarter who initially made a lot of noise about the sighting of missiles above my apartment, and for my sins I'm now being forced to leave my apartment.
It's quite a complicated affair, but that's to say that I'm leaving 5 days before the opening ceremony of the Olympics, so the timing is really suspicious. It also means that now I can't be party to a legal challenge against the MOD. So essentially, the Olympics has left me without somewhere to live. That's the position I'm in now. I spoke out, and there's consequences, I guess, to when you speak out and try and ruin the fun of a really big event like this.
For the Olympics, we'll be anti-maritime and air threat security. So we'll be supporting the police in their job in securing a safe and secure Olympic Games. So our main role will be the stop of any threat that comes from the air or from the maritime environment. There's no reason for anyone to feel any increased feeling of threat just because we're here. We're here to deter any threat. So obviously the Olympic Games is a global event, and any country would put in place the measures that would ensure a safe event occurs. So I don't think they've got any reason to feel more scared at all. And I think that's the key.
I'm not afraid of the army or the police who's going to be at the Olympics. Don't bother me. The Olympics, what is a multi-million, billion-pound event coming to London, South London, East London, Hackney, is going to be a great money spinner for all of us underworld criminals.
I think the Olympics are probably the biggest opportunity for fraudsters and all types of criminals that we've probably seen in the recent years. In Hackney, it's like, you know, one of the biggest crime places in London. It's going to create an absolute multitude of all different crimes.
My name is Tommy Swipe. I'm a full-time swiper. Been involved in criminal activity all my life, since the age of 15. Allegations of selling cocaine, firearms, sectionating, wounding with intent, caused grief with body harm, assaults, 3 assaults on police officers. But there's loads, goes on and on and on.
The most popular crime at the Olympics could possibly be the RFID reader. You can just gain the information just by simply running it over any type of RFID card. So that may be an Oyster card or a PayPass card that we see with the little white wave lines in the corner. You could then convert that with the software that's available to get the 16-digit number that's on the front of each card.
Through the Olympics, I just find it an easy target to use the scanner to go around, like, easy to pickpocketing people's numbers. Sometimes I go on my own and do it, and I just walk close to people and it's not, you don't really get a target really, just walk past someone, as soon as it picks up the numbers, it's bingo, isn't it? Like walking into a shop buying a penny sweet.
This is how easy it is to gain the information on the card. That's it, we've got the information, as simple as that.
I'm a space-age Fagan, yeah, you could say that. At the Olympics, I can make up to like thousands a day. Just for a few hours work, a few £100, just for an hour. The longer you're out, the better it is.
Oh, hi, I'm Freddie. We're here in Scarborough shooting Chariots of Jizz for the Television X Olympic special.
I just like the whole Olympic ethos, even though it has become more and more commercialised and more professional. I still think it's the greatest show on earth, really. Yeah. Some people say they watch our stuff just to see the funny bits rather than to watch any of the sex, so we like that. That's good.
The scene we were shooting today was in the equipment room, and the guys come in to put their equipment away, and I'm in there as an athlete, possibly tying my shoelaces. We just sort of go from there, really.
Action!
Hello boys, have you been training?
Some of the athletes that had performed at the Olympic Games in previous years had said that as soon as they finished their events, all the athletes from that particular event would have a big party, and that often ended up in a bit of a sex orgy.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you naughty girl, look at that.
It's got about half an hour, another 10 minutes, mate, and then that's it.
Team GB from Freddie, bring back all the medals.
This whole business has been posited on the idea of creating a heritage or a legacy, and that's getting it the wrong way round. Nobody can say what the future will be. The thing you have to work on is the present.
You can't set out to create legacy. Legacy is what happens. You can't just say, look, I've just made some legacy here. Only history will tell, but my suspicion is we're going to have a lot of rather large, rather useless, rather empty buildings left in Stratford.
Look where Athens is now. I'm not saying that the Games bankrupted an entire country, but they certainly didn't help. Britain's not exactly in such a great position either.
Are the Olympics an opportunity or a threat? They're a great opportunity for thieving, but the thieving seems to be mostly carried out by those in charge of running the Olympics.
I hope from the bottom of my heart that the Games goes off without a hitch. If anything does occur, I would say that don't take any of the news reports at face value.
The government's got good ideas, but the execution's not there.
I think people, generally speaking, think this is just going to be a sporting event. Obviously, my biggest concern as somebody who lives and works in this borough is about people who live here.
There was a lot of propaganda about how it was going to bring regeneration, how they're promising legacy benefits and so on. But that is not what's happened at all. It seems to benefit only corporations, and it's taken over our green spaces.
My feelings are they want Stratford City to be the up-and-coming place to be, and they don't want the likes of us, working-class people in Stratford. They just want professional people here, money people.
Ultimately, it does boil down to thousands upon thousands of little individual lives that are now forever changed for 3 weeks of a brand fest.
Same reason for why I didn't get tickets, but I can just watch it on TV anyway.